What's going on, everyone? I'm back. This is Steve, aka Burke Nasty 54 Comics. Today I'm going to be talking
What's going on, everyone?
Oh, let me fix this.
I'm back. This is Steve.
I'm going to be talking my new comic book day haul and my top 5 Batman stories and storylines. So as soon as a couple more people get on, I will start. I was trying to get Carlito Classico on here, but haven't got him on yet. So hopefully I can do that soon. Just give me just a minute. I'm trying to send some messages to people, let them know I'm on. What's up, TJ? I'm just sending some messages to some people, let them know that I am on. Hope everyone had a good day. All right. Oh, tired. Try this. Try this. What's up? What's TJ doing today? What'd you do today? Again, I'm going to be talking my new comic book day books this week and my top 5 Batman stories and storylines. I'm going to be showing some of the books that I have as well. Just got home from work. Okay. Yeah, I don't have to work on the weekends usually. I'm a teacher, so it's pretty nice. What's up, Mike? What's up, dude? 12 hours of hell. What do you do, TJ? What do you do? Sorry, I'm sending messages to people to tell them I'm on right now. Okay. All right. I was trying, like I said, I was trying to get Carlito Classico on here. What's up, DeeRunk? I was trying to get Carlito Classico on here, but he said he lost his phone or something. He can't get on, so I guess it'll just be me tonight. So I'll just go ahead and get started. You sell furniture and manage it? Okay, my parents own Ace. My parents own an Ace hardware store. Okay, so let me show some of the books that I got this week. First off, I want to show a book that I did not get from my LCS. It is What's Up, John? I did not get this from my LCS. I got this from, you'll know where it's from. I got this for a pretty good deal. It is Superman #7, Walmart. I got 4 of these. I sold 3 of them. I'm keeping 1. I haven't read it yet, but obviously it's a hot book right now. I think it was #1 on the CBSI list this week. So I got this book for cover price at Walmart in Topeka, and I've looked at a couple different places, but I haven't found them anywhere else. Okay, I'm going to show some other new books that I got. I got Shazam #2. This is the variant. It's pretty sick. Love this cover. Pretty nice. Flash 62. Regular cover. Batman 63. This came out last week, I believe. Regular cover. I liked it more than the variant. What's up, Karate Kevin? My daughter's having a hard time falling asleep tonight. I'm doing a YouTube live. And then I got ASM 800. My wife is goofy. ASM 800. This is a variant cover. I got it for 75 cents, so I'm pretty stoked on that. And then I got this really, really cool trade, Secret Avengers, Mission to Mars. Got this guy, and I got it for 50 cents, so I'm pretty stoked on that. Didn't you get the memo? Yeah. Yeah, the memo is 4-year-olds can go to sleep by themselves at 9:30 at night. Yeah. So, yeah, those are my new comic books that I got this week. Like I said, I'll go through them one more time. Superman #7 Walmart edition. Batman 63 regular cover. I'm really liking. I didn't realize what they were doing until this issue with Tom King. So if you haven't read it, no spoilers, but there's like a dream sequence going on. So you kind of get the gist of it at the end. Flash 63. Williamson's done an awesome job on this. Shazam #2 variant cover. It's beautiful. ASM 800 variant cover. I wanted to get one of these a long time ago, but waited, got it for a good price. And then Secret Avengers, Mission to Mars, trade paperback. Got a crazy deal on this. So this is the first time I've ever used the Google Hangouts. Uh-oh. This is the first time I ever used Google Hangouts. So if anyone wants to join in to talk the top 5 Batman stories or storylines, let me know. Send me a DM on Instagram, and so I can send you a link here to get in. So I'm gonna go ahead and start mine. Started my little paper list here. So my top 5 Batman stories and storylines. So I'm a huge Batman fan, if you haven't noticed. And so I'm gonna go over the top 5 here now. I actually have a tie at #5, and you guys are probably gonna say that's not fair, but it is what it is. So I'm gonna write it down. The tie for #5 is the Hush storyline and Nightfall. Yeah, it's not fair. Hush and and Nightfall. So the reason why I have Hush and Nightfall as tied is because I like them both so much. I actually think the Hush is probably a better storyline. I know it is. It's a better read. It's newer. I liked it a lot. This is one. I have the whole set, so I figured I'd show the first issue here. This is Batman 608. I love the whole Thomas Elliott thing and him being Hush. It was cool, and it was cool that they showed like the beginning of like when they were kids and how there was the Green Lantern and there was this like frozen guy. I don't even know what he was, but he's like a guy version of Killer Frost. I don't know, whatever. Mylar. Oh yeah, it has to be in Mylar, of course. Yeah, I have the whole run. I got 612, so it's pretty cool. And then Nightfall. The reason why Nightfall, and you're gonna hear me talk about this all the time. Nightfall is my. I love it because I really like just this issue. I mean, I like them all, but this is the first comic book I remember reading as a kid. Batman 497, The Breaking of the Bat. This is the first book I remember reading as a kid. I don't even know if I actually read it or if I just looked at the pictures. I'm sure I just looked at the pictures. But I loved how the Azrael was Batman and they changed his whole getup and it was all colorful. I remember drawing it in class. I thought it was cool. So that's why Hush and Nightfall is my tied for #5 of my top 5 Batman stories and storylines. #4. I used to have one of these books. I used to have the whole series, and I'm actually looking for them again. Karate Kevin is going to know what I'm talking about here when I show this. So I don't actually have this book to show, but I'm going to talk about it because it's awesome. #4 on my top 5 Batman stories and storylines. The Dark Knight Returns. The whole series is freaking awesome. Ed Miller is a baller. I'd love to meet him sometime. I'd love to get some signatures. I had them 1 through 4. I had them all graded. 1 was a 9.2. 2 and 3 were 9.6s, and number 4 was a 9.4. First, I loved The Dark Knight Returns. It's one of my favorites. Like I said, it's number 4 on my list. It was interesting to see like the writing on it, and how like they show these like TV sets and they're old because it's the 80s, you know. Is Batman Adventures in the mix? No, it is not. The animated series, awesome. I love watching it as a kid. But Batman Adventures, no. I've never actually read Batman Adventures. So these storylines that I'm going to talk about are only the ones that I have actually read. So when I say top 5 storylines, they're storylines according to me because they're the ones that I've actually read. So, like I said, I don't have that set anymore, but I'm currently looking for it again as I loved it because I had to sell it because we had to pay for some bills. Number 3, I've shown this book before, but everyone should have one of these in your collection if you're a Batman fan, and it is Batman: The Killing Joke. And it is just it's an amazing book. It's the it's the new origin or the origin of the Joker. They talk about how he's the Red Hood. He's trying to get money for his family. He gets captured. He falls into a vat. And actually, they re-show that in the Batman New 52. It's really good. This is the first print, Killing Joke. I loved reading it. I loved the ending, where they're both laughing. The Barbara Gordon thing is interesting. I really like Batgirl. Sucks that she got shot. Yeah, 9.8. Pretty stoked on it. So this is my number 3 of my Batman top 5 stories and storylines. Number 5 was a tie between Hush and Nightfall. Number 4 was A Dark Knight Returns. Number 3 is A Killing Joke. Number 2, I've talked about recently if you've watched any of my last videos. And it is, thanks, man. Batman: The Court of Owls. Scott Snyder is an amazing writer. What's up, Stay Puff? I'm just going to hold on real quick before I talk about the Court of Owls. I want to say what's up to everyone. We got in the chat, we got TJ, we got Poor Mike, we got John, we got DeeRunk, we got Karate Kevin, which is Superpower Review. You guys need to catch up on his videos. We got Popcom and it's everyone. Oh, and Stay Puff, obviously. So if you saw my last video when I was reviewing the Batman New 52, really good. Scott Snyder's awesome. I tried to get in line twice to get a signature. At the last Comic-Con, I showed up an hour early before he was even supposed to be there, and I got in line, and they already capped the line, so I never got to meet them. What's up, Comichead? But I got I have Batman #1 from the New 52. This is the first arc of the Batman Court of Owls. It's 12 issues. It's an amazing read. If you've never read it, you really need to read it. I have I actually read it first on trade paperback. So it's really good. Greg Capullo did an awesome job drawing it. I just loved it. I haven't seen Gotham, the TV show, but I heard it's really good. You were underwhelmed by it? Well, the ending, yeah, it's the same thing in Hush. He just somehow barely gets away. Yeah, it's the first print, 9.8. He somehow barely gets away, and no one's seen him since, I guess. But Court of Owls was awesome. It's Lincoln March, if you don't know. Lincoln March is the dude he's fighting. Lincoln March thinks he's his brother when he's really not, and whatever. Court of Owls is an amazing storyline. It's my number 2 on my Batman top 5 stories or storylines of all time. So far, we have Hush and Nightfall tied at number 5. Yeah, dude, I know I've said this before, but I've got this. I found this book at Vintage Stock in Topeka for $3. It was just in the bin along with issues 1 through however many, and they're all just priced at cover price. And I got it like 3 days after someone like sold them there, and I got it graded. Didn't even get pressed. Came back 9.8. So an amazing storyline book. Anyways, number 5 on my top 5 Batman stories and storylines: Hush, Nightfall tied. Nightfall, I remember reading as a kid, loved it. Hush is a really good story. Everyone likes it. Number 4 is The Dark Knight Returns. I don't have those anymore, but I need to get them again. Frank Miller's a baller. Killing Joke is an individual book. Amazing. It's one of the best Batman books of all time. And then number 2, we have The Court of Owls. I'm gonna give everyone 1 minute to guess what they think my number 1 is. Go ahead and put it in the chat. I feel like I've talked about it before, so go ahead and put in the chat what you guys think is my number 1 story or storyline from Batman from all time, because it looks like there's 7 people watching right now. So go ahead and tell me what you guys think is my number 1, and then I'll go over it. Long Halloween. Interesting. Year 1. Okay, and there's 2 guesses. Okay. I like it so far. Get about another 30 seconds or so, and then I'll go over it. Battle for the Cow. I like it. I like it. Batman and the Turtles. Pretty good. Pretty good guess. All right, 10 more seconds, and then I'm going to go over what it is. So here's what I say. I'll say the answer is one of those, and I'm just going to go over a few of them real quick. I've never read The Long Halloween. I want to read it. Battle for the Cow, I have issue 1. I did not have 2 or 3, but I need to get it. Batman and Ninja Turtles, I showed that off today, is on my signature books, 1 through 6, a part of volume, I don't even know how they say it, Batman TMNT 1, Batman TMNT 2, issues 1 through 6. I have them both. Issues 1 for both, I had signed by Freddie Williams. Really good, but not as good as my number 1, which is Batman Year 1. It is amazing. Comichead84 and DeeRunk, you guys got it right. This is the best. If you're a Batman fan and you've never read these, you really need to. It is my favorite Batman story arc of all time. Batman Year 1 is great. Yes, it is. Okay, I want to read The Long Halloween. I should probably buy it. I'm looking into getting a CGC copy of number 1, but mine is like my number 1, my 404, my part 1. I mean, it's 9.8 candidate. There's no color breakings. The corners are pretty perfect. The inside, there's like some. You never read The Long Halloween either. Batman Year 1, yeah. Karate Kevin knows what's up. DeeRunk knows what's up. Stay Puft knows what's up. The inside isn't as good as the outside, but it's still pretty good. Hey, baby. What are you looking for?
My slippers.
Your slippers? They are, if they're not in your room, they're in your room. They're at the end of your bed. You want to come say hi real quick? Just people on YouTube.
Hi.
Say hi.
Hi.
Who is this boy?
Batman.
Who is it?
Batman.
Batman. Oh, you like Batman?
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. All right. Nice, sissy. I love you.
With Daddy.
Say bye-bye.
Bye.
Oh, they're saying, hey, tell him your name.
My name's Alia, and well, I lost my slippers.
And you lost your slippers. And how old are you?
4.
Wait, no, count to 4.
1, 2, 3, 4.
Yeah, all right. Say bye-bye. I gotta go to bed.
Bye. I gotta look over.
Give me a kiss, sir. Give me a kiss. Love you.
Bye. I gotta go sleep.
All right. And that is my Batman top 5 stories and storylines of all time. I'll go over again real quick. Number 5, we got to find them slippers. Yeah, I don't know. Oh, there they are. You found them. Good. Hush and Nightfall is tied for number 5. Number 4 is The Dark Knight Returns. Number 3 is The Killing Joke. Number 2 is Court of Owls. And number 1 is Year One. It's the greatest take on Batman ever. It's a how do you say it? It is like they basically redid the origin, which they changed it, but they didn't change it. Really, really good stuff. Frank Miller killed it. I just love it. Catwoman's in it. It's awesome. I love the whole thing. I love how he gets he gets stuck in that warehouse and he's got to find his way out, and while not trying to kill any of the police officers, but try to hurt them. But you know what I mean? It's really good. I love how he went after all the. I've never read. Okay, I have Batman, the first appearance of the Red Hood, and I have issues like 635 through 639, but I haven't read the whole thing. So I'd like to read that. It's pretty good. I'd like to read the whole thing, like I said, but I haven't, so it's not on my list. These to me are what I consider like classic, legendary Batman stories. And like I said, these are the ones I've read all of them on. So that's why they're on my list. I only put things on my list that I've read the entire story from. So I'll go over my new comic book day books again for those that missed it. I got a Secret Avengers Mission to Mars trade paperback for 50 cents. ASM 800 variants. I got this for 75 cents. Shazam #2 variant. Shazam is really, really fun to read. Jeff Johns is probably my #1 writer right now. Frank Miller is probably #1 all time, but Jeff Johns is my #1 right now. Scott Snyder's up there as well. Flash 62. Josh Williamson's done a good job on that. Batman 63. I got the regular cover because I just like Constantine on there. Thought it was pretty good. Tom King's done a good job. I met him. He's a cool dude. And then I did not get this next one from LCS, but I got it from Walmart. Yeah, 75 cents. I know, right? The 50 cents is what I got the trade for. And then Superman #7, Walmart. I bought 4 of them and I sold 3. Thanatos, what's up, dude? I bought 4 of these and I sold the other 3 in like 5 hours. I just listed them at like the lowest price. You're driving. Okay. Well, I got Superman #7 from Walmart. Batman 63 as my new book. It actually came out last week, but I didn't go last week, so I picked it up this week. Flash 63 is one of my new books this week. Shazam #2 variants. ASM 800 variants. Secret Avengers Mission to Mars trade paperback for 50 cents. And my top 5 stories and Batman stories and storylines was Hush and Nightfall, tied for #5. #4 was The Dark Knight Returns by Frank Miller. #3 is Batman The Killing Joke. #2 was Batman Court of Owls by Scott Snyder and Greg Capullo. Really just Scott Snyder, obviously. And Batman Year One is my #1 Batman story or storyline of all time. I'd like to read some of these other ones that people are putting in the chat. Yeah, Year One is ballin'. I really need to get this slab or buy a slab of 404. I showed this to everyone earlier. Batman #1 from New 52, CGC 9.8, first print. Love it. #3 was The Killing Joke. First print 9.8. I used to have the Dark Knight Returns, a whole set, CGC, but I sold it. Hush, I got the whole set. Here's 608. Needs a press. Right now it's probably like a 8.5 or a 9.0. But I got the whole set. And then the Batman one is beautiful. You're right. And then from Nightfall, I've shown this before. Batman 497. CGC 9.6. I want to get the double cover that Karate Kevin tagged me in. I looked to see. I have another one, but it's not the double cover. So I need to find one. Because I feel like that'd be pretty cool to have, and then I should get it slabbed. So thanks for everyone for tuning in. Like I said, I tried to get another person on. I tried to get Carlito Classico, but his phone got messed up or something. But if anyone wants to be on my next one, let me know. I'd love to have someone else in here with me. I know I need to do. He dropped the price, and yeah, well, that's still probably way out of my price range. So if someone wants to be on next time, maybe me and Karate Kevin could team up. Him and I are pretty big Batman fans, though he likes Spider-Man a little bit more than I do. I still like Spider-Man, just probably not as much as Karate Kevin, but maybe we should do a video sometime. I'm going to do a video probably next week on my collection. And then I still want to do a video on my LCS. Next time I'm going to take a DSLR camera so I can actually shoot a good video and do some interviews and have some high quality video versus my camera phone last time. I don't know what happened with the video. It looked fine when I edited it, and then when I exported it twice, both times it came back all choppy. So I don't know. But Capital JB Comics, what's up, dude? So if you haven't seen my video from last week where I went to a new comic book store in Lawrence, Kansas, you should look at it. It's pretty cool. It's choppy, but I don't know why. It's shot on a phone, I guess, maybe. Like I said, next time I'm going to use a DSLR and try to get some good video and shoot it in 1080p. When is your next video going to be, Karate Kevin? I want to see it. Thanatos, when is your next video? And what about everyone else? When are you guys' next videos? I don't know if I'm following everyone, so if I'm not, I'll try to. So, hey, does anyone want to jump in here? Jump on with me real quick and show me their top 5 Batman stories and storylines. They don't even have to show me the books, just what they think is their top 5. If you do, put it in the comments here, and I'll send you a DM, and you can send me your Gmail, and I can add you to the video real quick. Does anyone want to be on? You just uploaded one tonight, DeeRunk? Okay. Batman Hush. Here's my top 5, JB. I had top 5. I had Hush, Nightfall as number 5. Dark Knight Returns, number 4. Number 3 is The Killing Joke. Classic one. Hey, what did you say to me last time, Thanatos? What did you say? You said, always got to be prepared, because I was sitting in bed with the lights off one night when I was watching, I think it was you, or I was watching John, and you guys were saying that I need to always be prepared in case someone wants to have me on. So if anyone wants to get on, tell me their top 5 Batman stories or storylines, put it in the comments, and I'll send you a DM, and we can get you on here real quick, and you can tell me your top 5. Number 2, Court of Owls. And number 1, obviously, is Batman Year One. Thanks, Thomas. I appreciate you, man. I'm gonna make sure that I try to follow everyone that's watching right now. 8, I think, is my highest that I've had on at one time. Court of Owls, yeah, really good. Where is it? I'll show this one more time. Like I said, does anyone want to join in and tell me what their top 5 Batman list? If so, just DM me on Instagram or put it in here, and I can get you added in here so you can tell me yours. Batman Year One is my number one. Number two was Court of Owls. Number three was The Killing Joke. Number four, I don't have. I used to have Dark Knight Returns. Number five is a tie between Hush. I have the whole storyline. I could go get the others, but there's like 13 of them or whatever it is. And Hush is tied with Nightfall as the top 5 best stories and storylines. You don't even think you've read 5 Batman stories and storylines? Well, I can tell you, I don't think I've read 5 Green Lantern stories or storylines. I don't even know if I've read 5 Green Lantern books. Yeah, I said it. I don't think I've even read 5 Green Lantern books. So, no one want to jump in and join in, or just maybe even just put in the comments what you think is your top 5 stories or storylines if no one wants to join in on the video. What about Black Mirror? Never read it. So these top 5 stories or storylines that I said, I'm dead to you. Okay, my bad. Black Mirror, I've never read. I only put things in here that I said I've read before. So if no one wants to jump on, just tell me their top 5. So Karate Kevin says his number 5 is Nightfall. Where's my drink at? I gotta grab a drink. I'm thirsty. Oh, jeez. Okay, I need to read. So I guess I need to read. I'm gonna write this down. I need to read Black Mirror. Long Halloween. And I need to finish Under the Red Hood. And I also need to finish Battle for the Cow. Because I have a couple of those books, but not anyone to finish those. Karate Kevin says his number 4 is Year 2. I have Year 2. I thought Year 2 sucked, I'll be honest. Karate Kevin. I thought Year 2 was garbage. Number 3 for you is Killing Joke. Yep, we both have number 3 as a Killing Joke. War of Jokes and Riddles. That's one of your top 5 stories or storylines. Good for you. Everyone's entitled to their own opinion. I thought it was okay. I'm sure it's better if you read it like I don't know. I like comics where you can read all of them together in like one setting, and I feel like I should do that. I should hold off on reading books like until I have them all together to do a whole storyline, because it's kind of hard sometimes to remember what happened last month. So I'm sure that War of Jokes and Riddles is better if you read it all together. I just didn't think very much of it at all when I was reading it. Let's see. You've never read Court of Owls? Okay, so you need to do that. You really need to read Court of Owls. RLMs. Karate Kevin said his number 2 is Under the Red Hood. Like I said, I need to finish that. And your number 1 is The Dark Knight Returns and Year 1. Awesome. I knew The Dark Knight Returns would probably be your number 1 because you have like a billion of those copies and you won't sell me any. And Year 1 obviously is Ballin. Oh yeah. So throw out some other stories that I didn't include that I may not have read. So I haven't read Black Mirror, I haven't read Long Halloween, I have not finished Under the Red Hood, and I've not finished Battle for the Cow. Any other Batman stories outside of my top 5 list that people could think of that I may not have read? I've read the War of Jokes and Riddles. I've read the entire Death in the Family. Okay, so I'm wondering which one you're talking about. I think I know. I'm sure you're talking about the original Death in the Family. I've not read that, where Jason Todd gets killed. I've not read that. But I have read the Death in the Family from the New 52. But I need to read the original. I'm sure it's really good. Hush, Killing Joke, Long Halloween, Court of Owls, any Neil Adams. So Karate Kevin tells me that Neil Adams is not a nice kid. He's not a nice guy. I think I've never met him, but I know when I saw him, he's charging $100 a signature at the con I went to. So I don't think that's very nice. But Neil Adams is baller. Obviously, he makes some great covers. So, hey, you want it? You want to jump in, DeeRunk? Okay, so send me a. Oh, Tony Sanders like my thing. Sweet. DeeRunk. Let me see if I can try to find you on Instagram, and you can. DeeRunkComics. Oh, there you are. Follow. Message. What's your Google email so I can add you to my Google Hangouts video on YouTube? You got a soft spot for Nightfall? I think probably we all do because we were all kids when that story came out. Like I said, it was the first. 497 is the first book that I remember reading. I'm sure I didn't even actually read it. I'm sure I actually just looked at the pictures. Okay, I'm gonna try to get DeeRunk on here. I've never done this before. I need to get a Batman 232 as well. So let me see if I can figure this out here. I think, okay, here we go. Okay. So I'm trying to get DeeRunk added on here. George. So everyone, just letting you know that, which one is it? Okay. So just letting everyone know that DeeRunk, his real name is George. It looks like. So I just try to add him. Let's see if it gets him on here. We had 11 people on. What's up, everyone? While we're trying to get George on here, or DeeRunk, I should say, I'll go over some of the stuff again. This is probably the fourth time for people that have been on here since the beginning. I'm going to go over some of the books I got this week. Oh. What's up, dude?
I think I'm on.
You're on.
Yeah. What up?
What's up, man? How are you?
Dude, I'm good. Nice to meet you, man.
You too, man.
All right, so we're talking top 5 Batman. I agree. I loved the Nightfall. Those were awesome.
So is that your number 5?
You know, that's yeah, probably my number 5. Killing Joke. I didn't have a chance to grab mine before I ran up here and speedily booted up my laptop, but I really like this one. I know it's a Superman story as well. Superman, Batman, Public Enemies. You ever check that out?
I have not. When did that come out?
Oh man, that. Whew.
Looks like you're a big Superman fan. I can tell. So that's cool.
Yeah, but I love the differences between Batman and Superman, and this highlights them. It highlights their friendship and where they see differently. And they did a really good animated movie of it too, so you should check that out. But yeah, this came out. We need help in the chat. Someone knows when this came out.
So, have you read Hush? And have you read? Gosh, what is the name of it? It's the one in the New 52. Gosh, I think it's year 1 in New 52. Have you read
Year 0 or year 0? Yeah,
zero year. That's
I've read all the New 52 from Batman. That was probably the best of the New 52 comic books. Was Batman by far, in my opinion. So
I agree, 100%.
And then yeah, you said you hadn't read this one yet, but Death in the Family. Love this book. I only have the graphic novel. I don't have the single issues, but it is.
Does anyone know what Batman issues those were?
It looks like 426, 427, 28, and 29. 429. So
I need to get those for sure, or at least the trade paperback so I can read it.
Yeah, it's great, and it has literally my favorite comic panel of all time. I'll see if I can hold that up for you guys, but it's right after Joker got done doing the deed to Jason Todd, and she's like, "Hey, what's Batman gonna do when he finds out?" And Joker like, "Oh, I hadn't thought of that one yet. He's a vengeful one, that Batman." It's just corny as all hell, and but yeah, it's a good story, and it's messed up that readers voted to kill off Robin.
That is insane that they did that. They voted on that. That's just crazy.
Thanatos just got home. Is he going to jump on too?
Who said?
Thanatos said he just got home.
Thanatos, dude, message me your email and I'll add you, bro. Message me on Instagram. So your number 5 is Nightfall. Your number 4 is Batman, Superman. What is the name of it again?
Public Enemies.
Public Enemies. Number 3 is The Death in the Family, the original. Okay, so what's your number 2?
I would probably go Under the Red Hood, and then Year One.
Year One is the best.
Yeah, no. Did you ever see the animated version of Year One?
Is it on the DC universe? Because if so, I'm watching it tonight.
Yeah, check it out, man. It is super. It's faithful as all hell. You'll love it. That and The Dark Knight Returns is also really good in the animated movie. I
need to watch that. I love reading it. It was really good.
Dude, it's voiced by the dude that did RoboCop.
The original RoboCop? Or
the
newest one?
The original. Dead or alive, you're coming with me.
Nice. You got to love the 80s, man.
Yeah.
That's awesome. That's awesome. Sweet. What do you drink? What is that?
That's a beer.
Well, I know that.
I have a Mick Golden Light.
Okay. Where are you from, if you don't mind me asking, George?
Minnesota. It's a real popular beer in Minnesota. You have a hard time finding that outside of Minnesota.
So my sister is actually in the process of moving to Minnesota right now. She's in the military, so they're moving to Minneapolis. So,
okay. Yeah, no, I'm I don't know, I'm probably about 20 minutes outside of Minneapolis. So. Okay.
I live in Manhattan, Kansas, small town. I don't know if you can see it, or Kansas State University is.
Yeah.
I wear a K-State shirt every time I'm on here. So
I usually have a comic book T-shirt on or something, but I wasn't expecting to go live here. But me and
so what kind of videos have you done then?
Oh man, I usually do showing off my slabs and a lot of new release videos and a couple of poorly done movie reviews and stuff. I
need to do my favorite superhero movies or Batman ones. What is your favorite superhero? Your number 1 superhero movie of all time?
Ooh, I struggle with that one a lot. I think Avengers gave me the most goosebumps. Just for how well it was done, and but yeah, Dark Knight. The Dark Knight is probably the best of them all.
So the second one, the Christopher Nolan one with Heath Ledger?
That was just that was a real movie. It should have been movie of the year that year. It was pretty crappy that it wasn't.
It's my number 1 of all time, obviously. Heath Ledger's Joker. There's nothing that will ever, in my opinion, beat that.
I prefer Mark Hamill Joker over that, but just the Heath Ledger's performance was you held your breath every time he was on screen, so it was pretty good. Yeah,
I absolutely loved it. Does anyone else want to jump in here and tell us their top 5 Batman books or their favorite superhero movie or anything?
Hey, Thomas Churchill showed us that Superman Batman came out in 2003.
2000, 2003. Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Hey, what books did you get this week for New Comic Book Day?
Oh man, crap! All my books are downstairs. I had to go upstairs because I got all my I got family in here. I got Shazam 2, which I did not enjoy. I love the cover. I had Batman 63, which that was one I did not enjoy. Did you read it yet?
I did. I thought it was pretty good, I'll be honest.
Okay, well, it's cool to disagree though. Uncanny X-Men Annual. I was pumped. Cyclops came back to life, so I'm pretty pumped about that. I like X-Men a lot. Man.
I'm not a big Marvel guy, that's for sure.
I prefer DC. Like if
DC
I had
all the way.
If I had to give up one, I'd give up Marvel. But I love good comic books. Just like the movies. If a good Marvel movie comes out, like I'm not offended by that. I'll go check it out on opening night.
I got you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
what's that?
After Batman, who's your guy?
Oh, The Flash, of course.
Okay.
Well, okay, no, I go back and forth actually. So I have a top 4. So my number 1 is Batman, and then there's Flash and Power Rangers. Those are like hand in hand. And then number 4 is the Ninja Turtles. But I haven't really liked the new Ninja Turtles stuff, I'll be honest.
Comichead84 said he wants to jump on.
Okay, sweet. So
hey, just so you're warned, okay? Me and him did a live one last night. It was really quick. It only went 4 hours and 45 minutes.
Oh wow! I'm not sure that I'll have time for that.
Yeah, no doubt.
But so who Comichead84 you said wants to jump on? Okay, so let me see if I can get him here. There he is. TMNT for sure. You don't know about the comics? Yeah. So I have a first print of Raphael #1 that I'm going to get signed by Kevin Eastman at the Comic-Con in March, hopefully. But that's probably, outside of the Batman TMNT stories, that's probably the only Ninja Turtles book that I have a couple other ones, but it's the only ones that's worth mentioning right now. So,
how about Spider-Man Batman? You ever read that book?
No, I have not. I have read it was like Marvel versus DC.
Okay.
And like Wolverine and Batman became one kind of thing.
Yeah, Nightclaw.
Yeah, and then Spider-Man, and I don't even remember who. I don't even remember honestly who. I sold it because I just wasn't a big fan of the whole crossover. But Comichead, I messaged you on Instagram. Haven't gotten anything back yet. So if you want to jump on, message me back. Who all is in here right now? Does it say? So why do you like Superman so much?
I don't know. I like the man that has all those powers, and he struggles with trying to be human, and
Right.
I think it's a cool story, and I love, I'd say Batman has the best rogues gallery, but Superman doesn't do too bad in that department either. If you read all of his books, he's got a lot of good villains.
I feel like Superman and Batman and the Flash are the best rogues of all of the DC characters, but I'm sure everyone would say that as well.
I love Reverse Flash so much. That is one of my all-time favorites.
That's like one of the biggest books that I want to get this year. I just saw it like a week ago, but it was like really expensive. So
yeah. Yeah, I love Zoom though too. Like I have his first appearance in a 9.8 slab, just not in this room right now.
Nice.
Yeah.
Nice. I want my LCS had one, and I didn't even. That was back when I didn't know much about comics, and he had it raw for like $20,
Oh,
and then
that'd have been a good deal.
he got it slabbed and sold it for like 200. So I never.
Oh, good for him.
Yeah, good for him. So.
Yeah, capital JB, Godspeed. I do like Godspeed as well.
Oh my gosh, I want him to come back so bad.
Yeah.
I thought that was a great storyline. So, yeah, I messaged Comichead84. I still haven't got anything back from him on Instagram. So,
Can I invite people into the chat as well?
I think you should be able to click on that little invite people at the top, and then you can put it in there. So let's see. Does it let you?
I am
This is the
trying.
first time I've done this, so. I think it should because it's just a hangout. So
Yeah. I've never messed with this before at all.
oh, here we go. I got it.
Oh, you got it?
Yep, I got it.
All right, there you go. No, I agree though, TJ Slab Dragon. I love Green Lantern though too. That the Sinestro Corps Wars is one of my all-time favorites. And
I really liked the Blackest Night. I thought that was really good. Brightest Day, I haven't read very much of them, but I thought it was just okay. No issues that I have read.
So, unpopular opinion, I like, well, maybe it's not unpopular, I don't know. I like Wally West Flash more than Barry Allen.
The original Wally West, I'm assuming, right? Not the new one, but the OG.
I'm offended that you would even ask.
Okay, so you and I are in 100% agreement that the OG Wally West is the best Flash of all time. Not even a question. Barry Allen's cool, but the OG Wally West is the best.
Oh, I love Barry Allen. That is not a knock on Barry Allen, but I love Wally West. And I don't know if you've been reading Heroes in Crisis, but
I have been. I was pretty pissed when they did. I kind of knew before because I think it was Dan Slott that said, or Dan Didio, or Didio, however you want to say. He kind of like leaked it basically that he's dying. So
Tony Sanders, how you doing, man?
Tony Sanders, what's up, dude? What's up?
Yeah, in the War of the Flashes, it showed that Wally West was actually faster than Barry, which was.
Well, I mean, it's been alluded to before in the past, but it was the first time they actually mentioned it when talking about both of them when that whole thing happened.
My favorite part, with Wally just recently, like with DC Rebirth, which I thought was incredible. Like, I think it really turned their entire line around, but it was involved. It happened because of Wally West.
Yo.
What's up, dude?
I think we turned their entire line around, but it was involved. It happened because of Wally West.
Yo.
What up, dude?
Okay, hold on. Something's happening here.
Yeah,
So
we're hearing.
I think Comichead. I think you got to turn the volume off on your YouTube first.
Calibrate here.
And I'm gonna invite Thanatos up in here too.
Boom, get it going.
Okay.
Much
Has
better.
The echo stuff gone away.
I can't hear you over the echo. No, I'm just kidding. You're good.
You're good now.
Okay, yeah. I have the YouTube window open as well as the Hangout.
I had to fix it at the beginning too.
All right. Uh-oh.
We're here.
There was an error loading your app.
You're still on. You're good.
See you and hear you.
That's cool.
All right. Who's your top 5
You
Batman
guys were
stories?
talking Batman, so I couldn't help but resist. Join. I love me some Batman.
I'm pretty jelly of that Batman Adventures 12 back there. Pretty jelly.
Dude, I had one of those when I was a kid, and it got thrown away because who would have known that was going to be valuable?
I know, and I just have it out of just like pretty much luck, because as a kid, I'm just a huge fan. Oh snap, Thanatos! I just happened to have the whole run of Batman Adventures, the animated series. So like I just stumbled into having like this Grail book. So my love for the animated series paid off, I guess.
What's up, Matt?
How much, guys?
How you doing?
I'm doing pretty good. So it looks like you were like, oh, okay, it looks like we're done here, but we're gonna keep going. You pulled a me. You did it.
I did. Everyone kept staying on, and people decided to join, so I figured we'd go ahead and do it. So how about we do this? So me and oh my gosh, DeeRunk, we already did our top 5. How about Comichead, you do number 5, Batman, and Matt, then you do your number 5, and then we'll go back and forth down the list.
How about I just listen to you guys talk about Batman?
Okay, whatever you want.
I have a few Batman. I actually had, I think, the coolest Batman comic I had. Sorry, before you get into the top 5, I had a Batman 227, and it was probably like in a 3.0 condition that I got for like $50. And I love that Neil Adams cover. I absolutely love it.
Woohoo, Batman!
Melody's a big Batman fan. I didn't realize my mic is like not even close, so not sure if you guys could hear me at all. But since then, like, I think until I got the mystery box from The Boy Who Had 7, I hadn't actually picked up any key issues from any Batman run. His stories, I don't want to say they bore me, but it feels like it's a lot of the same over and over and over again. Unpopular opinion?
Probably, but that's all right.
I mean, I enjoy them every time, so.
But so that's why, like, I when I did my 250 subscriber contest a few months ago, I remember I asked like what stories people love, and I've read Year One, and I read all the New 52 stuff, and that was a really good run. Scott Snyder is amazing. And I really enjoyed that. But other than that, like I don't have a lot of experience with Batman. So if there's any stories you recommend, I know I'm going to go through this and find a lot of the top 5s that everyone else posted and try to pick those up.
All right, Comichead, where you at with your list?
I was just trying to wrangle up some Batman books. I mean, I guess as far as putting them in like descending order from top 5, that might be a little tricky. It's going to be a lot of the same, I think, 5 books that Burke Nasty had in his top 5. Maybe a little interchangeable on like rank. Year One, I don't think Year One is number 1 for me. I'd probably say Long Halloween is number 5.
When did that come out? Because I have not read that.
Yeah, Long Halloween's pretty solid. I have Dark Victory handy, which is like the same creative team. It's just pretty solid. Calendar Man, goodness. I know Tim Sale's art is like an acquired taste. Do you guys have any thoughts on, any opinions on Tim Sale artwork?
That Joker jawline, though, man.
That was interesting.
It's kind of like abstract type of deal. It was like an acquired taste form. I usually like stuff a little more realistically rendered, you know what I mean? But it's Jeff Loeb storytelling, so that kind of, I think that goes for Dark Victory and Long Halloween. It's more about the storytelling than the artwork.
Yeah, those are both. They're the same type of storytelling too. They're both really good. Long Halloween came out in '96.
Okay.
'96.
Yeah, it's good stuff.
I talked to, sorry, not Batman related. I talked to Geeks, Drinks, and Comics. He got hammered last night on your live show.
Oh, dude, I got hammered on my live show yesterday.
He messaged me, I think, I don't know what time. Like, I got off work at 6 a.m. and I had a message preview on Instagram from him saying like, hey, you want to go get lunch and all this stuff? And I'm like, I recognized his name and I recognized like what he was saying. And then I'm like, I need to go to bed. So I went to bed and I wake up and that message is gone. And I'm like, I don't know what happened. And I messaged him like, was I hallucinating when I thought you said like, you want to go grab lunch? And he was like, no, I was just super hungover. And I realized that was not, I wasn't ready. That was a drunk him asking for someone to go to lunch with him. So, but he had a really good time last night. You guys did a great job on your live show.
Dude, he was up until 5 a.m. just pounding it.
That's great.
Yeah, he rocked out with us the whole time, which was pretty cool. Yeah, we all popped our cherries that night, eh, D-Runk?
Yes, sir.
I didn't realize he was local to me until fairly recently. So we'll have to.
You're Colorado Springs, right, Matt?
Yeah, I'm in the Springs.
My sister used to be stationed there at Fort Carson.
Yeah, she's moving away from you and coming closer to me for some reason.
And where are you at, D-Runk?
Minnesota.
Minnesota. All right.
Yeah.
Sorry, I didn't know. I think that's
what state are you in again? Thanatos?
I'm in Colorado.
Colorado.
Yup.
What about you, Head?
Massachusetts. That's why I dropped my eyes, man. Rocking my car, dude.
I hate the Patriots.
At least you know.
I hate the Patriots.
I noticed you had like a guttural reaction when I said Massachusetts.
Dude, so last night when you said,
sports related, usually
said last night that you were from Massachusetts, and in the chat I almost totally trashed on the Patriots. But I'm like, let's not do that. But seriously though,
Chiefs were this close, man. The Chiefs were this close.
Hey, I mean,
can't hate where you're from.
Brady Belichick connection. You can't hate, man.
Oh, soon though. Soon it'll be the 1,000-year drought. 1,000 years of darkness.
Yeah, enjoy it while it's good, right?
All right, Comichead, what's next on your list, man?
Well, like I said, it's going to be – I'm not sure about rank, right? So how about I just throw out dope Batman books? Is that acceptable?
That works.
Because one that I wanted to give some shine to that wasn't mentioned yet is Earth 1, Batman Earth 1, which I don't know if you guys read any of these Earth 1 series, because they did one for Superman, Batman, Wonder Woman. I really dig them. I just love the creative team. Jeff Johns and Gary Frank is like a killer combo, in my opinion.
I didn't realize they did one for all those different. I read the Green Lantern one and I absolutely loved it. So that's definitely.
Is it the same duo doing all these Earth 1 books? Do you know?
I don't know where mine is.
Down. I'm not getting you any chocolate donuts.
Oh, chocolate donuts.
And so that's written by Matt's favorite Geoff Jones. Geoff Jones, right, Matt?
This is by Geoff himself.
Yeah, I call him Geoff Johns. Jeff Johns, dang it. No, it looks like the Green Lantern one was written by Karina Bechko and Gabriel Hardman, and the art is also by that same Gabriel Hardman. So maybe not the same team for each one, but anything Jeff Johns writes is usually pretty gold, except for the Green Lantern movie. So
I'm halfway through Blackest Night, based on your recommendations.
So good.
It's really
Blackest Night's amazing.
Yeah. So Burke Nasty, are you familiar with the Earth 1? What do you think?
Never read it. Looks awesome though. When did it come out?
It's kind of like a year one story. And probably the biggest thing that, like, in tone that's different in this is Alfred. because you get badass Alfred. And it's also kind of like year one-ish, because this is like an example of Batman trying to use the the bat grappling hook unsuccessfully. So it's almost like Miles Morales learning how to spin webs kind of vibes from Spider-Verse.
That's awesome.
And but badass Alfred is one of the biggest changes in tone, and he's like a stud, dude. They lean into him being like, what is it, MI6? Is that the Secret Service for the
UK?
I think it's MI6.
Yeah, that's accurate.
Yeah. So he's like a badass spy, and like he's the one that trained Bruce in like hand to hand and shit like that. So it's a departure from the usual origin story you're used to. But I like the, like I said, the badass Alfred mentor to Bruce. So yeah, it's good stuff, man.
I'll have to check it out.
It looks like they all those Earth 1 books came out early 2018.
And this is
Superman actually has 3 of them right now, and his I think came out in 2016.
Oh, well then, absolutely disregard.
Yeah, because I think that sounds right, because this is Earth 1 book 1, and there's an Earth 1 book 2 for Batman. Like you said, Superman I think has 3, so it varies. Book 1 is a Penguin story. Book 2 is a Two-Face story.
Oh, Earth 1 Superman came out in 2012.
The Superman one was actually drawn by the guy who got in trouble for X-Men Gold.
Oh,
he was a great artist. Guardians.
How so?
He's the one who put a bunch of the subliminal Quran messages in the anti-Christian stuff into X-Men Gold #1, which is why they recalled it.
yeah,
That's right. I did hear about
He
that.
is no longer in the industry.
Wow, he got straight exiled for that?
Oh, he was banished. You should go look up X-Men Gold #1 and see all the things he put in there. They're like super anti-American, like subliminal messages. It's pretty rough.
Anti-American. Oh, okay, I thought you were saying anti-Muslim.
No. They were verses from the Quran that were put into like I think Colossus is wearing like a T-shirt, and like there's a banner in the background, and all of it has like stuff that's related to the Quran that were like not good messages. And for like everyone was really, really upset because X-Men is obviously about diversity and accepting diversity. And he like took that and used it as a means to push his own like agenda almost, or his own beliefs, so he got fired pretty quick, and I don't think he's found work since.
What about Matina? Is he gonna get fired? Does anyone know?
Come on, like he's so talented. How are you so talented and so lazy that you think that you're not going to get caught copying other people's work? That's mind-blowing.
I mean, the ones that he was caught copying, I mean, it's ridiculous. Like, it's the exact same thing.
Yeah.
The exact same.
I didn't hear about this. What's going on with this?
What's up, White Whale Comics? Yeah,
Matina was just. Go ahead.
Are you new to the Matina Gate, D-Runk?
Yes,
Gate?
I haven't heard about it.
He's plagiarism, basically, is the main through line here. But like, I guess what he's doing is he's grabbing other people's artwork and painting over it. So he's copying very little, but he is just really, whatever you call that initial stage of laying out.
Oh my God. It's so bad.
It's they're kind of egregious when you see them, though. It's like it's straight up swipes,
Jeez.
But I don't know. But at the same, I'm not sure how to feel about Matina. Partly because I feel like his end product looks better than the stuff he's swiping.
Here, I'm gonna try to screen share this real quick. I'm gonna try to screen share this so you can see what we're talking about here, dude.
Yeah.
Okay.
Let's see if I can.
I got one too if you want me to screen share it.
He's only
Is
a
it working
cover.
now?
Poor
Okay.
Mike does not do interior art.
So here's one of them. So obviously this is the original, and this is what he did to it. And then here's another one. This is the original. They're like literally the exact same image. He just added all this stuff to it.
And it's worth mentioning, these are two from back in his Marvel days, and supposedly he got fired from Marvel for these.
Yeah, he was caught doing it before, and he kind of changed his ways, and it looks like he's coming back to it.
Yeah, let me see if I can find this other one here.
Here, let me.
Here we go. Here's one. So this is the latest one. This is the Batman one for the Batman Who Laughs. He copied the Punisher here, like literally the exact same thing.
But hold on, and the only thing with that is like when we say exact same thing, like you look at those two images and they are drastically different pieces, you know.
Yeah.
But he's definitely overlaying, like the thing that he's stealing is like the body positioning, right?
Hey, I'll be right back, guys.
How egregious is that? Because like TJ the Slab Dragon, who I will defer to his opinion on most things, is, you know, he's kind of in the camp that most artists do it, you know, reference work. Snake kind of seems like he's in the same camp. I'm curious what Alec White Whale thinks about it, who probably has more of an artist perspective on it.
So here, if you guys can see this one, here's Ben Oliver's work from 2015, Lobo 4. So you see Lobo here, right?
Yeah, the Damian Wayne one.
And then here's Deathstroke 42, where you see that same picture of Lobo pretty much with just a mask on, and they put it together side by side.
Right.
And you're like, you couldn't do that on your own. Like you really kind of had to, I don't know.
I know.
It's unfortunate. Dude's way too talented for that.
Wow.
Right.
That's the first time I saw that
I'm
one.
not sure how to feel on it. I'm like, sometimes it irks me. Sometimes I understand.
When you're that big in the industry, though, you have to know that your artwork's going to get scrutinized. Like, is he that dumb? Like, maybe he's just really not that smart. Because, like, if it's already happened to you once and you're a huge name and people are paying you for store variants and these retailer incentives and stuff, like, people are watching what you're doing. And comic book people, like guys like TJ who collect everything, they're going to see it. Right. So, I mean, I don't know. It's just, it's unfortunate.
And I'm sure he would say something like, oh, man, the deadlines that I had to meet were getting tough for me to keep up with, so I had to use shortcuts. I'm sure he'd probably say something like that.
But the fact that he's not even crediting the people that he's borrowing these ideas from. And I mean, these are all these artists, I'm sure, know each other. To be like, how are you going to go up to Francesco Mattina and be like, hey man, we were friends, and then you straight up copied my work? Like, It's not a good look. But anyway, guys, I am going to spend some time with the girlfriend, but I'm glad I could hang out with you guys for a little bit.
Thanks for coming on, Matt. I appreciate it, dude.
Much appreciated, brother. Hopefully we get to do this more. And next time I'll have whiskey instead of hot chocolate.
Yes.
Yeah. Whiskey.
I'll talk to you guys later.
All right. See you,
adios.
All right, Matt. Thanks for hanging out.
All right, Comichead. Let's see the rest of that list, bro.
Okay. Like I said, beyond Earth 1, you seem to know what you're talking about when it comes to Batman and have a good taste. So I can't stray too far from the list from pulling out my two favorite covers from Year 1 as well.
Yep.
Even though it's not my number one story, my number one is probably Hush, honestly. Dark Knight Returns.
Yep.
For sure.
The only thing I didn't like about Hush was that it's like 13 issues. Like, everyone knew who it was going to be after like 3 issues. Why did it need to take 608 through 619? You know what I mean?
Yeah, on the grounds of the mystery, you know, that wasn't the most gripping part of it, but you know, it was just like a beautifully told story. Whenever you can include some Batman versus Superman dynamics into a story, I'm in. You know, and Jim Lee is probably one of my favorite guys to do Batman.
Jim Lee's all time top 3 for me for sure.
Yeah. Yeah, so it's, you know, it's definitely a list consisting of Hush, Year One, Long Halloween, Dark Knight Returns, and Earth One. Court of Owls is pretty close in that list too.
Yeah.
Is
really
Earth One out of canon? Is it
Yeah,
like
it is.
is it like the Black Label stuff, or like what is it?
It's definitely out of canon. It seems to be it's like own whole universe because, like I said, they totally redo the origin as far as Alfred's concerned. Like he has a totally different role in Batman's come up in Earth One that I enjoy. It was like a refreshing take on it. So one thing I don't know, because I haven't read any of the other Earth One, is the Superman Earth One story same canon as the Batman Earth One? I would imagine, right?
I've not seen them interact at all. It almost like Superman Earth One was almost written as if there were no other superheroes in the universe at all. So I think it's a cool premise, you know, like what if there was only Batman? What if there was only Superman? What if there was only Wonder Woman, Green Lantern? Like I'm not 100%, but I think that's the direction that they're going in.
Yeah, I think that sounds about right. Because there's not much other superheroes mentioned in that Batman story, and it's very like reality based, you know.
Hey George,
Yeah.
since you're a big Batman fan, what do you think about Kingdom Come? That's like one of my top 3 probably favorite non-Batman storylines of all time.
That is one of my favorite comic books ever. Like you get Alex Ross art all the way through, which is, you know, usually that's a cover art. And yeah, the book is amazing. Like it's a tiny bit religious, but not like jam it down your throat religious. Like it's a great book all the way through. And I love it. It was a very Superman heavy story, and I love that a lot. So
Nice.
Oh yeah,
Oh, he's got it right there. He's got it.
the Absolute Edition, which is a beauty, man. Big
Give me one
slip.
second here.
Show me yours, I'll show you mine, kind of thing. Because this thing, I love the embossed book. Steve knows how to do Absolute Editions really well. I haven't got the Killing Joke one yet, but I think I'd like to. You're right, it does have some religious overtones to it, right? Because you get the classic Clark with the crucifix 2x4 over his back image, right? That's kind of like iconic with this book.
I'd never seen that version of Kingdom Come though. That's really cool. I might need to add to my collection.
And it's like one of the best ways to read this book because the pages are so huge. It's like it's an awesome way to soak up Alex Ross artwork.
Get that slab, yo.
Yeah, yeah.
Here's mine.
Oh yeah.
In the Mylar.
Yes.
Nice. Yeah. See, I don't have the individual issues. I would like to.
My LCS was selling them as a set, like, I don't know, last year sometime. So this one got it.
Yeah, it's. I guess if I was to critique it, because you know, what fun is only praising stuff, right? Let's say what sucks about it. there's there's not much to criticize about it, but I will say that the Spectre and Priest guy in the book, they're just really a plot device. Like, they're just there to move the story along and give you some perspective, but like generally throughout the book, I give 0 F's about what's going on with either of those two guys.
I agree.
There is a cool scene though when Spectre's like hanging out with all those celestial dudes. Trying to think of some of them by name, but like since I'm not too familiar with the Green Lantern world, those older, they almost look like Watchers from
The Guardians.
Is that how they have the Guardians from the Green Lantern world? The big blue heads. Yeah, the assuming they have wow in space that I liked. And Deadman shows up.
I wanted more Magog. I wanted to know more about him. Shazam, there you go. Nice.
Great panel, like great page. Yeah, good call. Learn more about Magog. Yeah.
I want to know more about those new characters. Like, they kept showing them in there, like all these people we've never seen before. And I just, like, there's all these superheroes that no one had ever seen before until this. And they kept showing up page after page, but you didn't know all of them. They only mentioned a few. I wanted to know more,
Right. And that's the cool thing about this Absolute Edition is, like, towards the back, he gave you sketch pages and little brief, like, biographies or descriptions or whatever on each of those characters, like, that he was introducing.
Nice.
And there's, like, basically, because one thing about Alex Ross, and you can tell, like, it's inspired by his artwork and even, like, some of the choices of projects that he picks, you can tell he's really into, like, the old Charlton Golden Age era of comic books. Just the way he designs stuff and everything. And there are tons of Easter eggs, I guess you'd call them. And there's like a little Easter egg list in the back of the book where there's like tons of little background stuff and this and that, which it was fun to go through that, So yeah, it's like cover price is like $80 for this thing, but if you go to in stock trades, you can get it for pretty close to half that.
Hey, Comichead, could you hold up a regular comic book next to it so that you can see how?
Yeah,
that's for you, poor Mike.
Like, this is a standard graphic novel, Dark Knight Returns.
Ooh.
So it's a big boy. Yeah. Yeah, that is a big boy. And I wish there was one of those themed restaurants in real life.
Yeah. I have it. It's downstairs right now, but I have an Alex Ross book titled Mythology, and it's all of his DC artwork. And there's a lot of sculptures he's done out of wax, and it just his artwork is just it. Anytime you see an Alex Ross cover, you can just go buy that.
I agree, 100%.
Yeah, his work on Immortal Hulk right now too is off the charts. That book is just a masterpiece right now. Between those covers and the inside storyline that's going on, I've never enjoyed Hulk as much.
What did you pick up this week?
I picked up, and by the way, quick shout out to when I grabbed Batman books, even though I wouldn't say it's one of the best reads, but I am a big fan of Darwin Cook's Batman artwork, and specifically any female artwork done by Darwin Cook. This was Batman Ego.
Ooh, that looks cool.
Yeah, I'll have to check that one out.
Yeah, that's a sweet cover, right? And yeah, it's a lot of Darwin Cook artwork in here, which is pretty cool. And I think
Reminds me of
right,
the year 1 artwork.
if White Whale is still in the chat, I think because he did a really cool artist spotlight series on Darwin Cook, and I think he was using examples of this Catwoman story in that like analysis of how awesome Darwin Cook is, and he's right. Let's see, what did I get this week? Well, what did you pick up this week while I look for that?
So I got, I'm going to show some back issues first. And I got the Secret Avengers Mission to Mars trade paperback for 50 cents for my LCS. And he's got a whole bunch of trades for like super cheap. It's the price on the back is $20, and I got it for 50 cents. So I was like, man, I should just grab a whole bunch because they're so cheap. And then I got ASM 800, the variant. I don't even know who did it, but or maybe it's a regular cover. I don't know. I thought it was a variant. 75 cents. And then I got Shazam #2, the variant. I really like this. George did not. That's okay. I'm right. He's wrong.
That's been the consensus I've been hearing on that particular issue. I didn't read it, but
Shazam only makes an appearance on the cover.
You're right.
They did into his family a lot. Is that right?
It is the Shazam family, but the story is really good. It's about it's about his dad and him wanting to come get him back, and they go to this. I don't even know the place. I'll have to look it up, but they're like in this like area where there's like 7 different magic lands. Shazam and his 7 magic lands. And they go to one of them at the end, and the guy knows who he is. Here, let me see if I can find it. They go to this place called the Funlands, and here it is. And it says, Billy Batson, I've been looking forward to seeing you or something. So it's kind of interesting. Then I also picked up Flash 62. Just got the regular cover this time. Williamson's done a really good job. I enjoyed this psych guy.
Is that a new villain?
We had 63 that came out last week, the regular cover. I had to get Constantine on the front.
Did you read it?
Whatever.
Did you read that one?
I did. I liked it. George says terrible. I thought it was awesome because I was really looking forward to that Batman wedding. And so like to have the dream sequence and it was pretty cool, but I didn't like the ending.
I've had it with there's like 5 or 6 on my last New Comic Book Day video. I made a whole segment hating on that issue, full disclosure. And because in comparing it to Detective, because like, are you reading Detective right now?
I'm not. I have read a lot of them though, and I thought they were really, really freaking good.
Yeah, especially now, like Tomasi and Mankey, which is they just came on like 2 or 3 issues ago, I think, recently, and they are killing it, and like just doing a really good job. And I don't know, just Tom King is just hit or miss for me sometimes. Like sometimes I'm really into it, but like these past 2 dream sequences haven't been doing it for me.
Okay, Batman 62 was weird, terrible. I also don't like. I love Tom King. He was a cool dude to meet, but I do not like how he talks. Like Scott Snyder, like when he writes, you can tell he does his homework. Like this means this and this means this from 1940 whatever, and this whatever. It's really, really, really smart writing, and I feel like his is just more like 3 words here, 3 words here, 3 words here.
I also think he makes it. It highlights big time in Heroes in Crisis, of like their voices don't sound like their own. They sound like they're Tom King talking. Like it's like almost too casual.
And they all sound like the same
person. Yeah, they all sound like the same person, like almost like sarcastic, a little too witty and clever. Like
They,
don't
they
know.
all,
I don't.
basically what you're saying is they all sound like Booster Gold.
Yeah. Yep. I can't disagree with that. It's like this weird, like, OMG, I'm so clever. It sounds like coffee shop banter, god damn it, and not like high stakes superhero drama banter.
Yeah, I have enjoyed Heroes in Crisis more than Batman lately, I feel like. But I feel like the whole lead up to the Bane thing is going to be a good payoff, I feel like. I'm looking forward to that at least.
That's what I didn't like about the last 2 issues of Batman is get to that. You know, even if it's not like the conclusion, but it doesn't seem like they're forwarding that story along. Like,
It does seem like each issue, like instead of working together, they do seem like they're just different, even though like at the end of this one you realize this one and the last one are both dreams.
yeah, I mean, and I loved the issue with you know, the where Batman fought KGB. So I thought that was a great issue, and you know, there were 2 more issues after that were okay, but man, these last 2 just
The
those.
Court one was okay, and the KGB one was good, but I agree. Ever since Batman 50, it hasn't been stellar.
Yeah,
Like the Professor Pig one sounded like the dialogue sounded like beat poetry. Like it wasn't even a narrative thought process. It was just really weird, disjointed. Yeah, like sitting on a rooftop. My heart was broken. Da da. Like,
I know this is you. Why don't I know this is you? Why blah 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 blah.
yeah, I remember that. It was like weird. I don't know, weird stuff going on there. But
The only other book I got this week was Superman #7 from Walmart. I got four of them. I haven't even read it yet, but I sold 3 of them. Keep another one. So that's the
into
books I
women
got.
torture, are you?
What's that?
Into women torture, eh? No. Yeah, no, I struck out trying to find those recently.
Yeah, I went
Here's
to
something
3 Walmarts and they only had them at 1.
Yeah. These were a mail call that came in today, and I was pretty excited for these to arrive. And from far away, this might look like Fantastic Four, issue number 51, the classic This Man, This Monster thing cover. But on closer inspection, we got the Spanish version, Este Hombre, Este Monstruo cover. Still produced in the 60s, you know? I couldn't help but like scoop these up and see what was going on. Los Four Fantásticos. I just like got such a kick out of that. And this one too. This was like Fantastic Four issue. I forget which issue it is, but it's like an early Inhuman story. The weird thing about this is like that is not on the original. Is this like a little coupon deal here for Spider-Man, or as they call him, Hombre Araña, and they just like totally like almost looks like intentionally smack that that advertisement over Homegirl from the Inhumans. Just kind of weird. Not sure what that's about.
It says number 109.
Right. Yeah, these numbers don't jive though with like the Marvel releases. Like they call this one number 78, but this is classically FF51. You know? So I'm not sure. I'd like to know the backstory of like how this even works. Like how soon after they released in America under the Marvel stamp do these come out? There's no Marvel like insignia on anywhere in the book. It all looks like the same art, it looks like they're getting the art with empty word balloons and inserting the Spanish dialogue.
Be honest, did you try to read it, or did you just look at the pictures?
I thumbed through it a little bit because I am like full-blooded Portuguese. My parents were born there, so I'm fairly fluent in Portuguese, which is close to Spanish. But no, I couldn't quite hang.
I don't have any non-English books.
Dude, I barely speak English to begin with, so.
I hear you.
Hey, I was gonna ask, do any of you guys have any of these, the silver foil reprints?
That is a
No,
sick
I
book, dude.
Yeah, they make a Batman or Detective 27 of that too.
I had a 50-year reprint of Action Comics 1 that I sold a week ago in a live sell that I wish I wouldn't have, but I did. So no, I don't have any of those.
It's not an actual reprint of the book, it's just the cover. But it's made out of pure like 99.999 silver. And
Wow.
but yeah, it's made by the New Zealand Mint.
Pretty sick.
Yeah.
I like it.
So what else did you pick up this week? Comichead?
Well, this is the first week that I started to get more into the world of digital, because what I'm trying to do is scale back on how much money I'm dropping on New Comic Book Day just to keep up with the reading. But a lot of these books I don't even really need the hard copy to bag and board. So I bought like just 2 or 3 hard copies of books on New Comic Book Day, and most of my reading I did digitally. But where did they go?
Yeah, I'm trying to scale back on my weekly books as well, so I can just buy more keys.
Yeah, it's tough.
It is. I dropped Fantastic Four and Catwoman after issue 4, Fantastic Four, and issue 6 of Catwoman.
And you know what's crazy is Fantastic Four, I bailed like after issue 2 on that. But once I read the last issue digitally, and now that that goofy wedding stuff is out of the way, it looks like they're starting a really cool arc, because the last issue started like a Doctor Doom versus Galactus storyline.
That cover looked pretty sick. I almost bought it.
Yeah, dude, and that artist who's doing the interior work too is doing a great job. That issue was really impressive. The storyline is fun, and the art is sick.
I took this out of the little sleeve and I cannot get it back in there.
The worst.
Oh, and if you're a Batman fan, Burke, I did a little like countdown of my favorite covers of 2018, and my number 1 choice was this Mark Brooks Detective Comics cover.
What issue is that?
994.
Okay, I got 992. I want to say the Del Auto cover. I think.
Yeah, Mark Brooks is a beast, man, and like it's a
I
familiar.
love all the variant covers he did for Detective.
Yeah. Yeah, I love that.
No, definitely don't have another 5-hour live stream on our hands. I'm gonna bow out here in about 20 minutes.
Yes.
Geeks and Comics, what up, dude?
I'm with you. I don't have it in me to pull an all-nighter again. Geeks, Drinks, Comics. My man.
So Comichead, you're on the Eastern Standard Time, and then me and George are Central.
Yeah, so you're 1 hour before me. You're at like 11:15, right?
Yep.
Yeah, I'm a little after midnight. Whoa, TJ went on a shopping spree of old slabs this week.
When does he not do a shopping spree? Let's be honest.
I would love to see what a TJ shopping spree looks like of old slabs, and what he considers old slabs and what I consider old slabs might be different.
I agree 100%.
I'd be like, hey guys, look at these old slabs I got all the way back from 1975. He's like, move over, hold my beer, kid. Check out these 1942 Golden Age slabs. He's phenomenal.
He's amazing.
Yeah, props to him.
I need to get me one of the books I'm really looking for this year. This is not an old one, but I really want to get a Bane, Vengeance of Bane #1 slab.
First appearance, right, of Bane?
It is the first appearance of Bane, and like I said earlier, like this is the first book I remember reading as a kid. So obviously Bane is like probably my #1.
Yeah.
Batman villain.
The interior artwork for Batman during that time was amazing. Like I was flipping through the which one was it? Like Nightfall, and I forgot how good it was. I mean, it would completely hold up to today's comic book art, which a lot of books in the 90s can't. But
right.
Geez.
Yeah, and just that's interesting. TJ will be hopping on Thanatos' channel in a couple weeks to drop some Golden Age gems from the early 40s.
Oh boy. Oh boy.
Yeah.
The early 40s. Why such a new looking book? Dude, look at this panel from the Batman Nightfall series. Like, dude, that art, dude, just freaking amazing.
Azrael is so underrated, in my opinion.
Oh, yeah.
I'm really looking forward to him being in Sean Murphy's White Knights Volume 2 that's coming out this year.
That's right. We were talking about great Batman stories. I didn't mention White Knight, which I really enjoyed. That book. That's like basically a modern classic. I would consider it.
I like that he wrote it and he drew everything as well.
That's got to be tough.
Can't even imagine.
Right. Well, and what's funny about that book is like there's certain books that when you hear the premise, it could almost sound like real gimmicky. Like, what if Joker became sane and was a good guy? Like that could be a real hokey, almost episode of the 1960s Batman show, but it was written like with real depth and it was like really well done.
Yep, I agree.
Same thing with like Why the Last Man is one of my favorite like indie stories, and that's another one where you hear the premise of like, what if there's only one guy left on the planet and the rest of the planet's women? Wouldn't that be crazy?
Didn't they do like a TV show on that or something?
I think it's still like in production rumor mode, but nothing concrete yet. But I hope they do. It'd be a good one.
We could talk this real quick since we're doing it in the chat here. Oldest books that we have in our collection. I'll start. I have Batman 171 and Batman 181 for Silver Age of both the Riddler and Poison Ivy. Those are the oldest books that I have in my collection.
Those are good. Is that the first Riddler where he's like kind of spinning around?
Yeah, it's his first
Right.
one since Detective Comics 41, so it's his first Silver Age. But yeah, he's like it's a pink cover and he's doing that.
Yep. What years those? 50s or 60s?
No, it's got to be. I don't know. Let me look it up here real quick.
Let me grab something.
1965. 1965 is the oldest book that I currently have.
My oldest book is 1974.
19 what?
1974.
What is it?
Amazing Spider-Man 130. I actually just got it today. Yeah, I won an auction from Hudat Comics, and it's the first appearance of the Spider-Mobile.
There's a Spider-Mobile.
Yeah, it didn't last. I don't think.
Didn't take off, huh?
No.
Yeah, I think we were going through this recently, DeeRunk, some of the oldest books, and I think this is like a real early 60s, but it's so beat up. I barely even count it because it's just so beat to the street. So I'm not sure the year on that, but I know that's super old. But
you guys want to hear a story about how I got those books real quick?
Which ones?
Yeah.
Oh yeah, those Silver Age Batman.
181. So
yeah, tell me.
I'm on Facebook, and everyone's always on Craigslist or eBay or whatever app looking for comics. I just looked on the Facebook Marketplace, and some dude, I think I searched Batman or something, and he was saying, "Hey, I got a whole Batman and comic book collection I'm selling." He doesn't even list like what books he has. He just says, message me. And he says he's got 6,000 books. So I messaged him, and he just sent me a spreadsheet. I'm like, oh, okay, this is cool. And he's got like different tabs. There's a Batman tab. There's Green Hornet. There's a whole bunch of like different tabs and like new Batman, whatever. So I'm like, okay, well, let me see what they have. So, and not only did he have it listed, he also listed like what grade he would put it in, which was really cool. And so I looked up and I was like, okay, I want the one. How much would you do for Batman 171, 181, and then 2 books from the New 52? Just because I only needed 2 books to complete my run. And he's like, oh, I'll probably do 120 for it, or 125. And I'm like, okay, well, how much would you do for those? All of that plus Batman 386, which he had listed at a 9. And he's like, well, this is what it's worth. And I'm like, well, would you do 155 for all of it? So I got a Batman 171, a 181, and a 386. 386 first appearance of Black Mask, plus 2 New 52 books for 155 shit.
Whoa.
Great.
Off eBay?
On Facebook.
Oh, on Facebook.
Some dude in Nebraska was selling them. And that 386 I just got pressed. When I get it back, and if I get it graded, it'll be at least a 9.6.
What? And he was referring to price guides and stuff, you said, while you were negotiating with him?
Like, yeah, like he was. And he's like, well, it looks like, an 8 or 9 is this much in raw and whatever. And it was like 75, 80 bucks for the 386. And it said, well, whatever it was. And we'd already come up to 120 for everything else. I'm like, well, would you do 155 ship? So it ended up being $35 just for the 386.
Man, that's a score and a half.
Yeah. Yeah.
You bought them all raw, right?
Yep.
Did you grade those 2 Silver Age books?
No, I can go get them. They're just in another room. But the
I was wondering if they ended up getting an official grade from CGC. Yeah.
I don't know. Like the 171, the cover is detached and it's missing some stuff, but it's complete. And the 181 doesn't have the pin up. So I guess it would be considered not complete. So get like a green label or be a 0.5. But like if you just look at them, they're between like a 2 and a 4, 1.5 to 3.5 probably.
Right.
Hey,
At
gentlemen.
those prices, you can't
Hey, hold
complain.
on, real quick. Time out. I gotta log out, guys. I've gotta work in the AM, and yeah, I got some things I need to do before I can go to sleep. So,
All right.
All right,
Thanks.
D.
D-Ruck. We'll see you later, bro.
hey, man, it was great meeting you and chatting with you, and thanks for having me on, dude.
Yeah, absolutely.
All right. Good night, everyone.
Yeah.
Okay, and why don't I show you my two oldie books, and
Cool.
we can kind of wind this baby down ourselves.
That's good.
Let's see. So, two oldest books. Second to oldest is a Batman slab from 1967. Detective Comics, second appearance of Batgirl.
That is sick, dude. That's
Pretty
really
cool,
sick.
right? And comment, I remember the comment that cracked me up on this was from Comicholics. I don't know if you guys check the Comicholics channel. Wayne and Jess, I think. Anyway, they're really funny couple. But she goes, "Oh, I'm digging the Bird Box cover."
Oh my gosh.
I was like, "Oh, you nailed it!" I'm like, "You totally nailed it." With comment of the night.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
You know, I think I've watched like 2 or 3 of their videos, but it's been several months since I've watched them.
Yeah, it's like shared comic book love that we can only that doesn't come around very often. They're like in the hobby together, which is really cool. The book that is, I don't have my original one around, but 1 year prior to that was 1966, which is Spider-Man Annual #3.
Nice.
Yeah, this one was cool because as a kid, it was like maybe the second or third comic that I ever owned was not this original one, but like one of those Marvel Milestone deals that came out like in the 80s. And I read this story like 200 times of Spider-Man trying out to join the Avengers. So it was kind of nostalgic for me to grab the original. I love that cover.
Have you been reading any of the new stuff with Spider-Man?
No, the only current Spider-Man I've been reading is the Superior Spider-Man.
I'm just not a
Doc
fan
Ock.
of how, like, I think it was in Civil War. He took off his mask and everyone knew who he was, but then still, like, now,
Right.
however many years later, some people still don't know that Peter Parker and Spider-Man are the same person. Like, I don't know how that happens.
All the Spider-Verse stuff, it just makes things really convoluted for me. I dig Spider-Man as a street level hero who's like he's crossing paths with Daredevil and Punisher every now and then, and he's got his stable of villains, and he's not hopping into different dimensions and all that kind of stuff, So I think that's what that Friendly Neighborhood Spider-Man series is shooting for, I think. But I haven't picked it up yet.
Cool.
Yeah.
Oh, well, I think it's, what do you think? Is that time?
I'm thinking I'm about to turn into a pumpkin, bro. It's about that
All right,
time.
man. Thanks for coming on. Thanks for everyone for watching. I appreciate it. It was fun. A lot more fun than I thought it would be. 2 hours. Pretty cool.
Yeah. Nice to meet you, brother.
All right, man. You too. And I
TJ,
just
Big,
so.
good night. Take care, guys.
All right. See you guys.